Hi ladies, this is Mellon and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, girl, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell at the bottom. And if you are not new here, then hey girl, how are you doing today? Thank you ladies so much for tuning in to another video. Today I just want to sit and talk to you ladies about my top 3 tips that I can give you as an entrepreneur, and there might be more tips in here. I just want to really talk to you ladies about some things that I've learned about myself, some things that I think are really important that have helped me these last 2.5, almost 3 years on my journey as an entrepreneur and as a business owner. So yeah, if you are here for this video, then just keep watching, and if you love this video and it has helped you, then hit that like button for me. So one of the biggest tips that I can give you ladies or guys out there who are watching, one of the biggest tips I can give you is to know who you are, to own who you are, and to be confident in that, and to not be afraid to showcase that to your influence, to your circle of friends, family, to those around you, and to the world. This is one of the top #1 important things that is so important as an entrepreneur and as a business owner, and when it comes to your art, is knowing who you are and being free in that. Okay, in this day and age, I feel like it's a little hard to own who you are and be who you are, not be afraid, because social media and technology is so interwoven into our daily lives, and so we're constantly on a daily basis seeing what someone else is doing, how someone else is looking, someone else's thoughts and opinions, what works for someone else. And if we're not careful, instead of being inspired by that particular individual or that particular group, we can almost kind of feel like, okay, that is exactly what I need to do. I need to model that same thing. And so one of the things that you must do every day is fight for your individuality. You must, on a daily basis, remind yourself of who you are, what you stand for, what you want to do, and where you're going, regardless of things around you, regardless of who agrees with you and what you're doing or not, regardless of what everyone else is doing. Is so important to know who you are. Which brings me to my next point, is the reason why it's so important to know who you are is to know where you are going or where you want to go. You have to be clear about that, okay? I can remember when I first started my salon suite business. I now link that first video I did concerning documenting my journey as an entrepreneur. I definitely could say I didn't have as much confidence as I do now. I was definitely a little unsure about, what I wanted to do, and, just having the freedom of really being able to create and do anything that I wanted to do. And one of the things that you don't want to do is you don't want to waste time or spend time on a journey or something or a particular thing that is not for you. You don't want to waste a second on doing something that is not for you. There's nothing wrong with trying new things and seeing if that's what you want to do, because I believe that it takes a while to find our footing and figure out what our passion is. But yeah, once you figure out that it's not for you, it doesn't resonate with you, it's not in alignment with who you are, it's so important to figure out, okay, what's that next direction that I need to go in. So you have to know who you are, own who you are, so you can be clear about where you want to go. Because once you figure out what direction that you want to go in, you have to build upon that foundation, because we all know that success is not overnight. Success does not come easy. It's a lot of hard work, and with social media, people can make it seem like, it's just so easy, it's effortless. And you don't really see a lot of people's background story on how they got there. You don't really see the hard work that it took to get there. And so that's been one of the things that I have been transparent with you ladies. I have been transparent about my journey to get to where I am now. I'm most certainly not where I want to be, but I feel like I'm definitely on the right track, and I'm very proud of how much I've accomplished, and every day I just continue to assess where I am, where I need to go, and how I can get better and be better each and every single day. But you have to be clear about who you are so you know which direction you want to go. And once you figure out which direction you want to go, it's so important to stay consistent and stay on that path. I can remember when, once again, when I moved in my salon suite, I really didn't know as far as like how I was going to market myself and market my business. You know, I had a lot of people telling me, you know, I need to do this, I needed to do that, this is what I, you know, need to be doing, and I don't need to be doing that. And it was kind of like a lot of confusion. Is for myself, it's like, okay, Amber, who are you? What type of business do you want to have as far as, you know, having a salon and marketing to clients? You know, what does that look like? What do you enjoy doing? And I can honestly tell you, I did let some comments bother me and get in my head, but, you know, as I continue to kind of tune out and stay focused and have that tunnel vision, I just kind of decided within myself that I was going to take a risk and do what I love to do, which is, you know, cutting hair, barbering. That doesn't mean that I, you know, don't offer other services, but I really just had to say, Amber, you know, this is what you love to do. It doesn't matter what people are saying. You know, I had other stylists telling me that I needed to do women clients, I needed to do color, I needed to, you know, women bring all in the money, and those things are true. But being a barber, you can make really great money being a barber. You can make really great money cutting hair. The things that kind of tripped me up in the beginning is not being clear with, you know, what I wanted to do and being sure in myself and confident in myself. Because in the hair industry, if you are not a strong-minded person, you can be molded mentally by your peers and those around you. You can look at someone else's journey and what they're doing and be like, oh my gosh, should I be doing that? Do I need to do that? You know what I mean? When that happens for you, to not be afraid to turn around, you know, reassess and take a different path. So yeah, when you get in this hair industry, and definitely when you start your own business, you will have so many people trying to tell you what you need to do and where you need to go. And I feel like getting advice from people is not a bad thing. Seeking counsel and learning is not a bad thing, but it needs to be, whatever you're learning, it needs to be pertaining to like what you're passionate about, who you are, okay? And just owning who you are, standing firm in your morals, your values, your principles is so, so important, because I just feel like that builds a strong foundation, you know, in your success. Please, 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 don't let anyone turn you around. Don't let comments from people, negative people. Oh, and don't get tripped up by haters, okay? No matter what you do in life, you are always going to have someone in opposition with who you are, what you stand for, and what you do, because your greatness shines a light and is a reflection on what they are not doing in their life, where their shortcomings are, where they're not being consistent, where they're being afraid of putting material out, putting content out, doing the work, okay? So never let haters trip you up. You are always gonna have people that are gonna be jealous of you. You're always gonna have people that dislike you for no reason, and you have not met them from Adam and Eve. You're always gonna have somebody that just hates on your work for no reason. I mean, it's popular here on YouTube. I look at great YouTubers, and you know, they're here helping people and encouraging people, and I'm like, how can people just, you know, thumbs down and leave nasty comments? I just will never get it. I will never understand it, because those same people who do that don't even have a YouTube channel. So, you know, don't let that bother you, okay? And if you have haters, you know that you're on the right track. You know that you are shining your light. You know that you're being great. You know that you are operating in your purpose And another big tip that I can tell you is never be afraid to make mistakes and admit that something is not good, that something needs more work, that something needs to be better, because that is the only way that you can be better. If you are not honest with yourself, you're stopping your growth, basically. You are stopping your growth. You are saying, hey, you know, I'm in denial about what's real and what's going on with my skill or my life or things that I know I need to do. I'm not ready to be honest with myself. I'm not ready to get better. So I'm just going to be in denial and pretend that everything is okay. Like, you cannot do that. That's one of the things that has helped me, you know, over the years with my skills and cutting and learning, is I was not afraid to be like, hey, you know, I'm struggling with this, you know, can you help me, you know, can you show me? And the only way with cutting hair is just that repetition, just doing it all the time, doing it better than you did the last time, and just asking for help and being honest with your work. You can look at something and know, like, hey, that didn't look good, you know, I could have did better. Or, you know, letting your client know that, hey, you know, I'm learning here. I appreciate you for letting me do your hair. You know, please leave me feedback. If it's something you don't like, you know, please let me know. That is the only way that you can get better, is to be honest with yourself and not be afraid to make mistakes, because you're going to make mistakes. Like, no one comes out of hair school just being fire, just being perfect, unless you've been doing it for, like, you know, 5 to 10 years before you go to hair school. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be good coming out in hair school, because, you know, hair school only teaches us how to service a client without hurting them, you know, without giving them chemical burns, without burning them, without cutting them. And, you know, hair school only teaches us how to service a client and not pass on germs and, you know, diseases, and practice safe sanitation and everything. They teach you the very basic things in hair school. And the only way to be better is coming out of hair school. You have to have that mindset that, yeah, I want to learn, you know, I want to learn from others. I want to grow. I'm going to make mistakes, and I need to practice. That is the only way that you're going to grow. So yeah, I hope you ladies have enjoyed these quick little tips. I know in one of my videos, someone wanted me to give an update on you know, some mistakes that I've made. And I guess the #1 mistake for 2020, like an update, like when I look back on my journey, is being confident with who I am and what I want to do, what makes me happy and what brings me joy, and to own that so I can be clear about where I need to go. Because once I'm clear about where I need to go, then I can learn on how to make that particular path, direction work and grow for me. But you have to know who you are. The way that I want you ladies to get from this video today is to every day to fight for your individuality. I just feel like that's one of the hardest things to do in this day and age and new century that we are living in, because we just get to see other people's lives and what they're doing and how they look, that, you know, we can lose who we are if we are not grounded, if we're not mentally strong and what we are meant to do, and, you know, our gifts, our talents that makes us unique, that makes us individuals. So every day you must fight for your own individuality, for your own ideals, beliefs, how you feel, what you think, what you want to say. Your art is so important to stay true to that and own that, because that's where your blessing is going to come. That's where that growth, that success is going to come, by using your uniqueness, your gifts and talents, the things that you're passionate about, to put your voice out there, your work out there, your art out there, to start a business, to let the world know what you're about, you know, what you believe, what your thoughts are on a particular topic, to express yourself, through your fashion, through the way you dress, through the way you like your hair. You know, everything about you, you know, is an expression of your ideals and what you believe and stand for. So own that. Know that before you start your business, before you start something. You know who am I? What is it that I want to put out into the world? What am I trying to say? What is the message that I want people to hear? You know what I'm saying? Because it's so important to know that, so you can know and be clear what direction you need to go in, what path you need to go in. Because only then, when you're clear about what you want, that's how you can begin to make the right choices, the right steps, the right decisions on your particular path, okay? It's okay to be inspired by people. It's okay to admire people and like, man, I love their work ethic, I love their drive, but make sure when you are inspired by people and you might use some of what they do, make sure that you interweave it into who you are, okay? Because if God wanted us all to be the same, then we wouldn't look different, okay? And there's a reason why, you know, you're different. There's a reason why certain things happen to us. There's a reason why we have our family and the siblings that we do and the people that we know, because it shapes us into who we are, into our message, okay? Nothing that we go through is thrown and tossed by the wayside. Everything that we go through or have gone through is for a purpose. It's to help others. It's to help humanity. It's to show the world like, hey, I went through this, but you can get through it too, okay? It's to help people. It's to shine your light, okay? And when you're shining your light, it's so important to make sure that you're standing in your individuality and know who you are and stand firm on your voice and your opinion, okay? Because that is what's gonna make you unique. That's what's going to help attract your tribe, and that's what's going to help you to be successful, okay? So I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I hope those tips can those few tips can help you, but I just feel like they're just so important, okay? And in everything you do, have confidence in what you do, have conviction in what you do, okay? Even if you have to fake it until you make it, even if you're not there yet, even if you feel like your work is not as good as someone else, put it out there anyway, okay? Because that's the only way you're gonna get great, is by putting it out there, to feel the fear and do it anyways. You ladies know I started my journey documenting this process as an entrepreneur, quitting my job, no longer having to answer to a boss, but answering to myself. And I feel like answering to yourself is one of the hardest things to do in life. It's so easy to follow a set of rules, to follow a set of guidelines and what someone has for you to do. It's so easy to clock in and clock out to a boss, but when you have to answer to yourself, when you have to call yourself out, hold yourself accountable, call yourself out on the carpet, you know, be honest with yourself about what you're doing and what you're not doing, you know, what you need to do to get better. That is hard, okay? So entrepreneurship is not cut out for everybody. It takes a certain mental strength capacity to do this, and I just want to be transparent about the whole process. So yeah, working for yourself is harder than working for someone else, because it's a higher level of accountability. There's no one telling you when to get up, when to work, when to get off the clock. It's entrepreneurship is constant self-development. You know, I tell you ladies about that all the time. Entrepreneurship is really all about self-development, okay? If you're gonna have a business, it doesn't matter how dope your work is, how dope your art is. If you don't learn principles, if you don't learn business, if you don't learn how to get people to see your work, it's all for nothing, okay? So you have to have that confidence. You have to have that consistency. And most important, believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will, okay? So yeah, if you're gonna start this life of entrepreneurship, if you are going to start a journey of, you know, coming from working from underneath someone and, you know, working for yourself, you must know who you are first, so you can know where you want to go and what direction you need to take. And then you need to be confident in that. And then every day you need to work hard and be consistent and execute those things that you know you need to do, all right? Well, I love you ladies. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope everyone is having a great week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.